What's up, y'all? What's up? I just had to come on here and speak about this right here. I was going to wait for people to get into the live, but I am going to slowly start going into this because I will post this on YouTube. I just wanted to speak on this situation because I am honestly quite disappointed in some of the people reaction on TikTok. Some of you guys being very mean about this. I understand your guys' outlook on this from both sides, but this situation was just tragic all around. And I just wanted to give an update on this and definitely just discuss this because this is horrible. This was absolutely horrible. And I'm quite sad about this. I'm quite sad that this young man took his own life and he had so much more life ahead of him. It's just sad. It's sad. And when people say mental health is real, it really is. And this is horrible all around. I'm trying to see when people. I'm trying to make sure people get in here. I know they probably gonna age restrict this. They are definitely gonna age restrict this. So I'm gonna just get right into this because, like I said, this video is gonna be posted on YouTube also. Sometimes I like to go live and have discussions, but they may not be sending my notifications out like they do sometimes. Sometimes they do, and then sometimes they don't. So I just want to talk about this whole thing with Kyren Lacy, a former LSU player who life ended so tragically, just off of pretty much just bad. It was bad decision making. But it also, I know he did not have the intentions to go out there and kill anybody that day. Because you know why? The way he reacted, it said enough. It said enough. He never meant to kill that man. Unfortunately, sometimes we do things in life that don't end so well. And I just wanted to speak on this because I'm highly disappointed in how some black people are online going in on this young man like he purposely tried to kill someone, when I just feel like he never had the intention on doing that. A simple mistake that a lot of people make who live in the South unfortunately took somebody's life. So pretty much we already know what happened, and I went and looked up more information on what happened during that car crash. So on January 12th he was arrested and booked for the car crash that he caused. This happened on December 17th though, down in Louisiana. If you know, Louisiana have a lot of one-way streets. It's the South. Those are very common. And it looks like he was trying to go around people in a no passing zone area, and that caused a crash. It looked like the investigation revealed that the crash occurred as a 2023 Dodge Charger was traveling south, and the driver of the Dodge Charger, who was Kyren Lacy, he passed multiple vehicles at a high rate of speed by crossing the center line. Let's just be for real. I live in Missouri. We have a lot of single roads where there's only one way, and passing people is common. It's very common. A lot of people do this. I'm not saying it's right, but this is a common thing you see if you live in the South and if you live in any type of, area that's not overpopulated. So the way people are just going in on him, like he just was not, he did a reckless mistake, but we know it was not intentional. And I just am highly upset about how people are acting like he purposely went out and tried to kill somebody that day. I highly doubt he woke up with the intentions of doing that. That's a common practice. Unfortunately, in the South, people go around. When people are driving slow, they go around. So It like he went around the people at a high rate, and then he crossed the center line and entering the northbound lane, which a lot of people do, but it was a designated no passing zone. As he was illegally passing the other vehicles, the driver of the pickup truck, they abruptly braked and swerved to the right to avoid a head-on collision with Kyren. So traveling behind the pickup was a 2017 Kia, whose driver swerved left to avoid the oncoming Dodge Charger that Kyren was driving. And it looked like they tried to avoid the impact with the Dodge. It crossed the center line and collided head on with another Kia Sorento. Lacy drove around the crash. So his vehicle, it sounded like it was not any type of damage to his vehicle. He pretty much just went around it, which I don't understand. I feel like if he would have just stayed on the scene, that would have made a big difference. If you cause an accident that is to that extent, stay on the scene, please. Don't leave, just stay there, because leaving is going to cause more issues for you because there's too many cameras out here and they're going to be able to track you down. So he made the mistake right there. He drove around the scene and then he fled without stopping to render aid, call emergency services, or report his involvement in the crash. If he would have stopped, that would have definitely changed the whole, outcome of probably his charges. And like I said, he probably was nervous as hell. And this is a young man, and I know his ass was panicking when he seen that crash. But he should have stopped. I'm not going to take that away from anybody. Somebody died due to this. A 70-year-old man died due to, like I said, a common practice in the South. It's a common practice, unfortunately. And, that one bad move caused a lot of issues. This man had a very promising career. He is a very good athlete. I've seen him play. He is very good at what he does. And unfortunately, that hit and run, they obtained a arrest warrant for him, and he was charged with just hit and run, reckless operation of a vehicle, homicide, some type of homicide he was charged with. And it was just all bad. It looked like the court date was actually scheduled for Monday. So he was supposed to go to court on Monday. I believe the pressure, like I said, I don't know for sure because we can't talk directly to him. He's gone. But the pressure of that court case is the reason why everything happened the day he died. And that's what I'm getting from it. And I believe they would have probably went a little bit easy on him with some of the charges because they know he did not mean to do that. It was just he fucked up when he drove off. And I'm just so disappointed in some of the comments I'm seeing on like TikTok and stuff. Like, I know some of y'all who live in the South, y'all do this. A lot of people who live in the South do this. They pass around. So, I'm not going to pin him to the cross for that. But yes, he should have stayed, and his bad decision cost him a lot. So it looks like he was actually down in Harris County, Texas when he passed away. He took his own life after a police chase. It said on April 12th at approximately 11:15 p.m., deputies were called to a home to respond to a weapons disturbance. So on top of that, another bad decision. He has weapons on him. I'm not understanding why. Why? Like, oh gosh, when people go through things, it's like a ripple effect sometimes. They literally keep going through things because their mind is just so in a bad place. And it's so scary with the courts because when you're going to court, you don't have any power. The power lies in somebody else's hands. So he was going to probably serve some time for his bad decision making. But they did state the family member, later identified by her as 24-year-old Kyren Lacy, was involved with a verbal argument with her and had discharged a firearm into the ground. Like, Oh goodness. Like, come on, dude. Like, oh my gosh. And they said the unit arrived on scene and began receiving information. They learned the suspect had fled the scene, and a description of the vehicle Lacy was driving was broadcasted over the police radios. It said that they spotted him and attempted to make a traffic stop of the vehicle. He fled and a vehicle pursuit took place, spanning several miles. Near the 25, look, that don't matter. I mean, he was on some block and the suspect vehicle crashed, suffered what appeared to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound. He was pronounced deceased at the scene by EMS personnel. The vehicle Lacy was driving was registered and insured in his name. This is horrible. A handgun was recovered from the interior of the vehicle. They probably gonna release that dash cam footage if they haven't already. They probably are. He was a former LSU football player who was expected to be a top draft pick, was already facing accusations stemming from the death of a man in a fatal hit and run. This is horrible. This is horrible. Like, he got himself in a bad situation where it was no win. And then he took it to a whole nother level. This should be like a literally just, they should play this on the screen for incoming football players. So many young athletes, they mess up. They mess up all the time. This is common stuff where they mess up. And it don't be always stuff like this. It just be stuff where domestic violence, like the one young man, he's on camera literally choking out, not Kyren, but it's another football player. I believe he's either college or high school, but he's a very top prospect. He was looked at. I believe it's college. I got to go look this guy name up. He's literally on camera choking his girlfriend out to where she passes out. Like, why do y'all be doing stuff like this? Y'all literally have the spot that a lot of young men wish they could be in. There are a lot of star athletes who were overlooked. But these people get into these positions and literally do things that don't make any sense. I feel like with Kyren's situation, though, he was doing common practice of what people do down in the South in places where there are one-way roads, and that just rippled effect, and it was a no-win situation for him. But it's sad. And I just wanted to get on here and talk about that because so many people is just being negative about it, which I understand. And they're more, have more sympathy for the victim, the 78-year-old United States former Marine who passed away, which I understand. But a lot of the athletes are showing sympathy to Kyren, which is good because at the end of the day, that man had no intention to go out here and kill nobody. I don't believe at all. Look how he reacted. Nobody who had the intention to kill somebody would react like that. Just being honest. So I just wanted to get on here and talk about that. But it's sad. It's so sad. And so many people is just like being nasty about it, and then you have a lot of people who are being good about it. So let's just focus on those who are being nice about it. But that's all I want to get on here and talk about. I will be posting this video on YouTube. Thank you for